get it, man?
Fine.
All the muscle has been working out. Look at him. Ooh, look at that. All that breeze up there.
Right, well, hi everyone, how's the bloody hell are you all good? Yeah. Good. Just to start with, I'd just like to introduce my dog here, this black dog. That's Head, H-E-A-D, that's for the noggin sitting on top of your shoulders. And later on I'll get her to show you how she can jerk the sheep around and what have you, and I'll put her over the top of them and come back over and what have you, and slip around and I'll flip them up and down there half a dozen times. And then I'll get her to put them in the pen, in the catching pen, and if anyone wants to take a photo of her, I'll make her sit up on top of them and smile at you. But if you don't want to take a photo, well, that bloody well won't worry me one little bit at all. She's a free world, please yourself what you do. But I can assure you that she's a pretty handy dog. She's very tight. I've had her mustering up on top of Crawley for the last 2 days. She's probably put in 100 miles in the last 2 days. She's a bit tired and sore-footed tonight, but if she don't do anything, I've got a number 10 here, or soon make her, and I'll soon lift her up the ribs, no risk about that. But the other little fella running around, the little white bloke here, that's Russell, and he's been born and bred here. He's been here since he was about 4 inches long and 3 inches high, and I can assure you that he's got a bit of character about him, and I'll give him half an hour to 35 minutes before he arrives in here with a bone or something, or starts flipping head around by the neck or something, and I can assure you that he'll cause a little bit of havoc, and, but he has got a bit of character about it. Myself, I am a local shearer. I only shear locally these days. I shear sheep for about 10 and a half, 11 months of the year. The furthest I travel would be about 30 kilometres out of Nundle. I'm home every day, so I just shear suburban these days. But when I first started shearing, I used to shear for contractors all the time, and I used to travel all the time, and I would start shearing up in Longreach in the bottom of Queensland as soon as I could get there in the new year, and then I would shear down through the bottom of Queensland, through the western New South Wales, down to the Victorian border, and by the time I got there would be 12 months gone, and then I'd jump in my car, come back to Nundle, have Christmas dinner and New Year's dinner, and as soon as I eat my last mouthful of New Year's dinner, I'd jump in my car and away I'd go again. It was like a permanent holiday all the time, where I was moving around, meeting different people, moving to different areas, and I can assure you that I have lots of very good friends in the West, and out there is where you meet real people. If they see you walking along the road or you're broken down, there's no way in the world they would ever go past you, because they know what hard times are. And when you do get out west, the country is very sparse, very sparsely populated, very flat, and a long way between towns and villages. You might drive 60, 70, 80 miles before you come to a town or a village, and when you get there, probably have a population of 40, 50 people at the most, and there would be a little general store, a little service station, half fallen down pub and a couple of dozen houses, and generally only one main street. And what I always travelled on my own, and if I pulled up somewhere at a shed where the conditions weren't good enough, or the sheep were too rough, or something went wrong, or I had a blue or an argument or something with someone, I didn't have to worry about anyone. I could just walk up to the boss and say, "Right, old mate, you can scratch her out. I'm going, and shear your own bloody sheep. And he had an hour to pay you in, and then while he was away making up your pay, you would have your gear pack sitting in your car waiting for him to give you your check, and then drive down to the next town. You might drive 70, 80, 100 miles down the road to the next town, and then there would be another contractor there, and just get in touch with him, and you would start the next morning again, so you never ever lost any time. But what I used to do with these little towns, of course back in those days I was very young and very wild, and I can assure you I used to get 1.5 to 2 days out of every day. Going to bed didn't never worry me. I could keep going all the time, and I would blow into these little towns and drive up and down the main street 3 or 4 times and do a few circles and splash a few rocks around and let people know that I was there, and go back and park at the pub and go inside, have 3 or 4 beers, and if there was a spare bird in town within half an hour, 35 minutes, 40 minutes, there'd be a set of googly eyes peeping around a corner somewhere checking you out, and just keep your eyes open, front up and have a bit of a yarn and buy them a drink, and 9 times out of 10 you were set for 3 or 4 days or a week, and you moved on again. Well, I lived that life for 20 years, and I can assure you it was a great life. I enjoyed it and had a great time. I can assure you not everything went smooth all the time. There was always some big fella poking around that reckon you pinched his bird off him or something, that wanted to blacken your eyes or knock your teeth out or break your rib cage in or something. But when you do get out there, there's plenty of room to have a blue in. Just say to him, right old mate, jump out here and we'll see who's the best. And may the best man win. And in those days I was very fit and I could run like hell. And, when you do get out there, you're not fighting in a 15-by-15 ring or anything like that. You're probably out in a 200,000 acre paddock, and plenty of room to run, plenty of room to move around, and I always found the bigger they were, the easier they were to beat. Just keep giving them a mouthful of cheek, just stay out of fist range. Keep it over your shoulder, give them a mouthful of lip and what have you. When you see their tongue start hanging out, stop, wheel around and tear it right into them. But, I can assure you I took a half a dozen bloody good floggings before I learned how to handle myself properly, but after a while I got a fair bit of practice in, and I can assure you I could hold my own with most of them. But there's never anyone that hasn't been beaten, I can assure you, no matter what you do. But so much for me. We could go on for months telling you bloody stories, but we better get on about what we're here about. And before I start, if anyone has any questions or anything as I'm going through, explaining things, please don't be frightened to stick up your hand or sing out Mick and ask, because I may miss something that you want to know about. And I may be able to fill you in, right? I don't know much about shearing, but I've only been doing it for 42 years. I know a little bit, and I might be able to fill you in, right? So don't be frightened to ask. If I was sitting there where you are, someone speaking, I wouldn't have enough guts to interrupt and ask a question, but I'm not asking you to be like that. Please, if I miss something you want to know about, please don't be frightened to ask, right? And I'll give you a good honest answer if I can. If I can't, well, I'll tell you so, right? So I can't be any fairer than that. Also, there's a heap of you going north and some going south, isn't there? And you're heading up into the beaches and the sunshine and the beautiful warm weather and what have you. And you would have went shopping yesterday. You was heading south, north, and you would have went and bought the bikinis and the good gear, I reckon, to get out on the beach and show your bodies off a bit, girls. And I can assure you,